So let me ask you this: as a parent, what was it like? Raising your sons during COVID.
Um, what I found out about that is that none of these Negroes got sick, but they knew
Okay.
how to work the fucking system. They would go in the classroom, all of a sudden, motherfuckers start coughing. you know. Then the fucking teacher rush them out. They give them
Right.
a fucking paper at the side door and say, "Look, you need to be quarantined for 7 to 14 days and shit." They know how to fucking work the system, shit. You know. It really sucked because it was my oldest last year of high school and football for him. So that just
Okay.
like
So
everything else.
football, homecoming, all that, just like
Yeah, just out the
right,
window. Um, so I felt really bad about that because he didn't experience that.
right,
Um, but the other two, they were just living in heaven, shit, because they just knew how to work the fucking system after a while,
right.
just like
Okay.
all
All right.
kids did.
Right.
you know,
So like you live in the Sunshine State, so I'm not trying to bash Florida, but it seems like all the weird shit happens in Florida.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of
So
crazy shit. Florida off the chain. You know, thank God for Disney. If Disney wasn't here, it'd be another poor southern state. We'd be fucking Alabama South, you know.
interesting. Okay. All right.
Because Disney pays all the taxes down here, for the
Right.
most part. That's why we have this homestead um, thing where you could take $50,000 off your house for tax purposes or
Oh, is
some
that
shit
right?
like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, Disney is really big down here. Florida, this is the only state where um, I went to the gun range down here in Florida.
Uh huh.
Is that the Ocala National Forest or some shit like that.
Right.
They have a rifle range out there. And me and my boy, we rolled up there and it was a dude sitting there, white boy with a mullet and a tall Bud Light
Oh, great.
at the fucking range, right? So at public ranges, you don't have a range master. They might come around every once in a while, but it ain't nobody.
Right.
You just got
Uh huh.
some random dude saying cold cold range or hot range or some shit
Right.
like that. We seen that motherfucker. I said, look, we just turned around. We said we just packed our shit up and left. I'm like, what the fuck is going on out here and shit.
Yeah. Right.
But Florida's off the chain. This is the only place where you could probably buy just about any fucking weapon at a gun store that you can afford.
Right.
You know, and as many as you want, and motherfuckers won't even look twice. You know,
So we
they
got a two for
encourage
one
that.
here.
Yeah, they encourage that shit down here. You know, um, we have this big place down here in Florida called the Villages. It's like
Yeah,
the
I've
the
heard of that.
biggest
Yeah.
55 uh, active community in the country, and that's fucking Trump world down there and shit.
That it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And actually, they were they're actually kind of known for being a place where a lot of STDs are are
And
happening.
the 55 plus community, what the hell is going
That's
on
right, man.
there?
Yeah, there's a lot of pools and a lot of bars down in that motherfucker.
Okay.
You know, and the old people, they ain't got no kids no more. They got a couple of nickels to rub together, and they just living their life. You know,
Right.
um, it was interesting. My son was like, "Hey, Dad, I never knew down in Miami that when they have freeze warnings, they have iguana warnings also because the iguanas get cold and they just fucking fall from the trees and shit. So it's an iguana warning when you have a freeze warning. But I was like, well, they don't
Only in
die.
Florida.
Yeah. I said they don't die when it warms up. They just wake up and scurry off and shit, you know? So, but like I said, I got 3 boys. They're all been born below the Mason-Dixon line. The Mason-Dixon line starts at Maryland on down.
Right.
People didn't know that Maryland, slave state, you know. Delaware might be, they had slaves too, but anyway, that's for another subject. So
Right.
I just say that because none of them own a real pair of pants.
Yeah.
It's just like shorts and t-shirts and slides and fucking dreadlocks and shit like that. You know?
And never owned a winter coat.
No. They couldn't survive a winter and they couldn't survive a winter anyway.
Right.
You know? That's just, you know, I don't think I could survive a winter anyway. I'd be like, fuck this. I'm going back to Florida.
See, me, you know, I like to change the season. So, you know, a couple of years back, when people were like, you're moving to Colorado, and I was like, well, I did grow up in Pennsylvania. I mean, you know, it does snow where I currently live at right now. You know, it gets cold here in the D.C. area. You know, we get a good blizzard every 5 or 6 years.
Colorado doesn't seem like a bad place to live.
No, man, it was. Let me tell you what, man. I would have stayed in Colorado if it weren't for the pandemic. But you know, things didn't work out with her and I. You know, we'll talk about that offline one of these days. And so, you know, I came back. But otherwise, yeah, I probably would have stayed out there actually because I really like the area out there. It's just like when COVID like initially hit, nobody was going out meeting people and stuff like that. So it was just like, well, there's really no point in staying here right now, you know. So.
Yeah. You know, and plus you know you want to be close to family and shit. You know, you never know what's going to fucking happen.
Exactly. Nobody knew what was going on, so you know.
Yeah. But you know, I guess most people are probably vaccinated. I'm not getting any fucking boosters because first of all, I don't know the shit they didn't pump up in me the first 2 times. You know, because you got to get 2 shots. I didn't do the Johnson & Johnson. You know,
right.
As Dave Chappelle said, he did the most niggerish shit. He got the Johnson & Johnson shot. So, but you know, fuck it, man. At some point, you just gotta live your life and just say, you know what? I don't want to live forever. I know I don't. White people do. I don't want to live forever. I don't want to live to see my kids, grandkids. I don't want that.
Okay.
That's just too fucking long. You know?
I do want some quality of life from all the years, though. I don't want to be pushed around in a wheelchair with a tube shoved up my ass. I mean,
yeah. You know, you don't want a shit bag tied to you, but
right.
you know, dude. You know, that's why I took like a year off shit during the pandemic. You know, and like you know, I was like, fuck it, I ain't gonna do shit. You know, I had a couple nickels saved up and shit, and I did what I did, and
right.
I had fun. You know, my wife went back to school, online, of course, because you know at that point everything was fucking shut down and shit. And I just fucking laid in the bed and shit. Took my kids to school, practice, drank vodka in the afternoon, maybe 3 times a day.
So you were soccer dad.
Yeah, sometimes I was there when the fucking liquor store opened. I beat that bitch to the said you late.
Surprised they ain't trying to put you in the payroll. Hey, you show up on time on the job.
Yeah. Actually, they did offer me a job. You don't want me working in this motherfucker.
Right.
So yeah, I did that, and I enjoyed my time.